Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Alhamdulillah. Well, before we starting our class today, please we can start with pray. Jimin, can you help me to lead the prayer? Thank you, Jimin. Okay, is there anyone who is not present today? All right, presents first. I will check. Jin, are you come? Okay. Jimin? Okay. Jenny? Rose? Suga? Alex? Yeni? Priska? Alhamdulillah, everyone is present today, which means God willing, everyone is healthy. Okay, everyone, do you remember what we learned last week? Yeah, yesterday we learned about the component of the ecosystem and their interaction. To open the lesson this morning, let's see the following video. Let me share screen first. Okay. Can everyone watch my screen now? Okay, so now we still talk about the ecosystem. Let's watch this video.
Smile and learn. Hey there, friends. I have a very important mission to look after the environment and help so that kids like you join us in this task, which is vital for our planet. As you may already know, human beings and the environment are closely linked together. Every time people harm nature, they cause environmental problems. These problems involve damaging changes in the environment, many of which will be irreversible and will affect the health of all human beings. Look at this river. People have thrown waste in it. The water has been contaminated, and now nobody can drink it. Oh no! There are also many animals and living beings that will die because of contamination. Luckily, it's in our hands to protect nature and look after the environment. That's why I want to share with you these 10 easy ways to look after the environment. Let's take a look. Turn off the lights and the electronic devices you're not using to save energy. Replace plastic bags with reusable cloth bags. It takes plastic bags years to decompose, and making them is a very contaminating process. Separate and recycle the different types of waste: organic, inorganic, containers, glass, or paper and cardboard. To avoid wasting water, make sure taps are completely turned off. The toilet is not a rubbish bin. Did you know that we waste 10 liters of water every time we flush the toilet? Have a shower instead of a bath. A 5-minute shower uses about 100 liters of water, while a full bath would use up to 250 liters. Turn off the water tap while brushing your teeth. If you didn't shut off the faucet, you would waste an average of 20 liters every time you brushed your teeth. Reuse paper. For example, remember that you can write on both sides of the sheet to maximize its use. Pick up your litter every time you go to the beach or the mountains. Respect and look after the animals, flowers, and trees around you. Easy ways to look after the environment, right? I'm sure you already know about them and do most of them. With simple actions like recycling, saving energy and water, and looking after all living beings, we contribute to a more sustainable planet. Do you know this word? A sustainable planet or city are those that provide people with a good quality of life without risking natural resources. This way, future generations will enjoy a wonderful planet where economic growth, environmental care, and social well-being are in balance. Remember, it's in your hands. Want to join us in our mission?
Did you like?
Okay, so anyone, what do you think about that video? Please give a comment. So raise your hand first. Okay, Jin, what do you think about that? Okay, so Jin said that these are 10 tips and advice to look after the environment. First, turn off the lights and the electric device you are not using. And the second, don't use plastic bags. The third, recycle waste. Fourth, turn off the water taps. Five, don't use the toilets as a rubbish bin. And then the sixth, have a shower instead of a bed. Seven, don't waste water, leaving the tap on while brushing your teeth. 8, reuse paper. 9, pick up your litter on the beach or mountain. And look after the living beings around us. Doing simple things like this, we are helping to look after the planet. So, why we must keep our environment? Because have you ever heard that news has been controversial lately, students? Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, thank you, Jin, for your opinion. That's a good opinion. Okay, have you heard the news that has been controversial lately, students? Yes, you are right. The news about the Earth will be damaged in 2025. The news is that in 2025, the Earth will be destroyed because of the large number of carbon emissions, one of which is caused by the excessive use of fossil oil. And then scientists around the world are holding massive demonstrations to stop big companies from overusing fossil fuels. However, many of these scientists were arrested by the police because they were considered detrimental to the company. For more details, let's look at the following videos. Okay. I will share. Okay, have you seen that? I think not yet. This video will be in Indonesian language.
Oh, gitu. Saya bermain.
Ask a question, students.
Umur bumi itu beneran tinggal 3 tahun lagi. Kalau
Let's see this video. Okay. Have you seen the share screen? Let's check it out.
umur bumi itu beneran tinggal 3 tahun lagi. Kalau 3 tahun lagi kita gagal, ya wilayah Indonesia kayak apa? Pantas di kita makin sering. Jadi sekitar seminggu yang lalu, gue ngeliat beberapa artikel di internet soal ilmuwan-ilmuwan yang demo tapi terus ditangkepin sama polisi. Penasaran lah gue, ini ada apa sebenarnya? Kok ilmuwan pada demo sampai ditangkepin gini? Biasa kan kita kalau ngeliat yang demo tuh kalau nggak mahasiswa, ya rakyat yang berseberangan sama pemerintah kan biasanya kan. Jarang banget ilmuwan demo kayak gini. Nah, beberapa artikel bilang para ilmuwan ini demo karena usia bumi udah tinggal dikit lagi. Apa benar gitu? Ya udah kalau gitu, ayo langsung aja kita bahas Scientist Protest 2022. Ketika para ilmuwan dunia sepakat buat demo dan bikin gerakan besar-besaran terkait masa depan bumi di Learning by Googling. Namanya Scientist Protest 2022 ini tuh adalah aksi yang emang dilakukan sama para scientist, sama para ilmuwan. Kurang lebih ada sekitar 1.000 ilmuwan dari 25 negara yang respon rilis terbaru dari IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. lembaga PBB yang bertanggung jawab melakukan penilaian ke riset-riset tentang krisis iklim. Nah, di laporan IPCC yang terbaru ini, dibilang kalau kita cuma punya waktu sampai tahun 2025 buat neken angka gas rumah kaca jadi di bawah angka wajar. Iya, kita cuma punya waktu 3 tahun lagi. Gila. Jadi deg-degan gitu tiba-tiba. Kalau udah lewat 3 tahun, masih menurut IPCC, kalau kita gagal neken angka peningkatan gas rumah kaca sampai 3 tahun ke depan, dari situ bumi kita pelan-pelan bakal nggak layak buat ditinggalin. Nah, kalau bumi udah nggak layak ditinggalin begini, terus kita mau tinggal di mana coba?
Some government and business leaders are saying one thing but doing another. Simply put, they are lying. And the results will be catastrophic.
Nah, para ilmuwan yang demo ini, mereka pada protes nuntut negara-negara di dunia buat serius nanggepin isu iklim ini. Menurut mereka, kebijakan-kebijakan terkait iklim yang ada sekarang itu tuh masih jauh dari kata ideal. Bahkan, krisis iklim ini menurut mereka nantinya nggak cuma jadi masalah lingkungan, tapi juga jadi masalah sosial. Kenapa jadi masalah sosial? Karena kalau menurut The Conversation, gas rumah kaca nih paling banyak muncul dari negara-negara Eropa, Amerika Utara, sama Asia, khususnya Cina. Paling banyaknya dari sana, tapi negara yang paling rentan terdampak itu malah negara-negara di Afrika sama negara di wilayah tropis, termasuk Indonesia. Iya, mereka yang berbuat, kita yang nanggung akibatnya kalau gini kan. Mereka yang produksi gas rumah kaca banyak banget, kita yang endingnya kena bencana alam, kekeringan, kelaparan mungkin. Buat lebih jelasnya, lu bisa lihat di sini. Di peta yang atas nih, makin gelap warnanya, berarti produksi gas rumah kacanya juga makin tinggi. Terus lu bandingin sama gambar peta yang di bawahnya ini. Yang ini, makin gelap warnanya, artinya makin rentan terdampak. Nah, lu lihat tuh, warnanya wilayah Indonesia kayak apa. Pantas di kita makin sering hujan gede nggak jelas, tapi kekeringannya juga makin parah ya.
The rapid increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate.
Balik lagi ke aksi Scientist Protest 2022. Atau banyak juga yang nyebutnya XR Protest 2022. Apa itu XR? XR itu singkatan dari Extinction Rebellion, pemberontakan kepunahan. Jadi XR ini adalah gerakan lingkungan yang tujuannya pengen memaksa pemerintah buat menghindari titik kritis di sistem iklim, biar kita nggak cepat punah. Nah, ilmuwan-ilmuwan yang kemarin demo ini sebagian besar juga ikut di gerakan XR ini. Jadi kalau lu nyangkanya Scientist Protest 2022 sama XR Protest 2022 itu gerakan yang berbeda, enggak. Ini dua-duanya gerakan yang sama aja. Terus, demo ini jadi mulai viral di sosmed gara-gara Peter Kalmus, ilmuwan iklim dari NASA. Peter Kalmus ini, bareng beberapa ilmuwan lainnya, dia bikin aksi di depan gedung JP Morgan Chase di California. Kenapa demonya di JP Morgan? Kalau menurut Mirror Now, Peter Kalmus milih demo di sini karena para ilmuwan tuh nganggapnya JP Morgan Chase Bank ini adalah bank yang paling banyak mendanai perusahaan-perusahaan yang pakai bahan bakar fosil. Terus di aksinya ini, sambil orasi, Peter Kalmus tuh sambil ngerantai tangannya sendiri ke pintu masuk gedung. Terus di situ dia juga bilang, kami sudah mengingatkan kalian diabaikan. Ini harus dihentikan. Kita akan kehilangan segalanya. Dan endingnya udah ngerantai diri segala macam gini, bukannya didengerin, para ilmuwan ini malah didatengin sekitar 100 polisi yang pakai peralatan anti huru-hara lengkap. Dan Peter Kalmus bareng teman-temannya ini akhirnya diamanin sama polisi. Kebayang gak lu perasaan dia? Lu neliti dan nemuin fakta-fakta tentang krisis iklim, lu berusaha ngasih tahu orang-orang, tapi nggak ada yang percaya sama lu. Endingnya malah lu ditangkap polisi. Aduh. Ntar pas bumi hancur, dia bakal ngomong, cek aing dia naon kali ya. We're gonna lose everything. And we're not joking. We're not lying. We're not exaggerating. This is so bad, everyone. Nah, itu tadi demo yang di California, yang di gedungnya JP Morgan. Di Inggris, para ilmuwan sama aktivis XR juga demo di depan kantor pusatnya Shell. Di demo yang ini, pada akhirnya, para pendemo ini sampai masuk ke dalam kantor pusat Shell. Dan di dalam mereka pada ngelem diri mereka. Ada yang ngelem diri mereka ke jendela, ke tembok, ke lantai, bahkan sampai ke meja. Itu mereka pada nempel di situ semuanya. Terus selain itu, truk-truk yang bawa bensin juga pada dicegatin sama mereka di jalan. Nggak dikasih lewat. Dan nggak cuma perusahaan-perusahaan minyak dan gas. Para ilmuwan ini juga demo di depan gedung-gedung parlemen dan pusat pemerintahan di berbagai negara. Di Inggris sudah pasti tadi, mereka juga pada ngelem diri mereka di gedung parlemen Inggris. Nah, selain itu, demo ini juga ada di Jerman, Meksiko, sama Spanyol. Tapi ya nasibnya endingnya nggak jauh beda sama aksi Peter Kalmus tadi. Para ilmuwan ini akhirnya ditangkepin sama polisi dan aksi mereka dibubarin paksa. Gimana kalau menurut lo? Apakah wajar mereka ditangkepin karena udah terlalu mengganggu? Atau harusnya didimin aja karena mereka ngebawa isu yang penting banget? Silakan komen.
Government makes all these promises about, the big climate leader and that they're trying to take action on the climate crisis. Well, the science is really clear on that. If you were a leader on the climate crisis, you would not be investing in any new fossil fuel infrastructure. And yet, what did this government do last week? They announced new plans for oil and gas licenses in the North Sea that will be running for decades. It's complete insanity.
Nah, setelah para ilmuwan ini pada ditangkepin polisi, habis itu ada naik lagi satu video interviewnya Miranda Willahen, aktivitas lingkungan hidup yang diwawancarai di acara Good Morning Britain. By the way, Miranda Willahen ini aktivis dari Just Stop Oil, semacam LSM yang selalu mengkampanyekan buat stop ngasih izin ke perusahaan baru yang mau manfaatin bahan bakar fosil. Jadi posisi Miranda di interview TV ini jelas ya. Dia ngasih tahu kalau kondisi bumi itu lagi nggak baik-baik aja. Suhu global naik, permukaan laut naik, di mana-mana kekeringan, gagal panen, sampai banyak kemiskinan karena harga komoditas naik. Ya pokoknya dia ngejelasin lah hasil penelitian dari para ilmuwan IPCC tadi. Nah, yang ngeselin di interview ini, Miranda ini sama news anchor-nya, sama pembawa beritanya, dia malah dibilang kekanak-kanakan. Dibilang kalau aksinya ini nih selfish. Juga dibilang dia nih terlalu muda. Dia nggak akan tahu masalah orang-orang yang udah lebih tua tuh kayak apa. Ya, intinya bener-bener dihajar lah Miranda di interview ini. Gila. Kasian ya? Kasian gak sih?
And this Just Stop Oil slogan is very playgroundish, isn't it? It's very Vicky Pop art. It's quite childish. Just stop oil. I mean, come on, there's more to say than that.
I would say that the answers are actually very simple. We need to stop new oil licensing, and that's what we're asking.
I'm going to tell you, we were expecting to get some messages of support from our viewers for you. We haven't had one. Not one. We've had nothing but furious complaints from people. Nothing positive at all.
I wonder if any of you have read the latest IPCC reports that have come out this year.
Bahkan nih, ada satu momen di mana Miranda ini malah dikritik sama si news anchor. Si news anchor ngerasa pakaian yang dipakai Miranda juga tuh bagian dari industri yang pakai bahan bakar fosil. Karena nganterin bajunya dari toko ke toko kan juga pakai mobil atau truk yang bensinnya udah pasti dari bahan bakar fosil. Ya menurut gue ini di sini agak kocak sih. Karena Miranda hadir di interview ini kan dia emang pengen ngasih tahu kalau kita harus mengurangi ketergantungan kita sama bahan bakar fosil. Ya kita nyari solusinya sama-sama, biar nggak terlalu bergantung sama bahan bakar fosil. Sama news anchor-nya malah dihajar loh. Akhirnya setelah interview ini nyebar, banyak orang yang nyamain interview ini sama interview di film Don't Look Up. Udah pada nonton kan lo ya? Dan emang scene interviewnya mirip sih. Kalau di film kan ada dua ilmuwan yang pengen ngasih peringatan adanya ancaman komet yang bakal nabrak bumi. Pas di interview di TV, mereka malah diremehin dan dianggap berlebihan. Dianggap melebih-lebihkan apa yang bakal terjadi. Ini mirip banget sama interviewnya Miranda tadi kan. Tapi kalau menurut lu sendiri, interview tadi tuh gimana? Apakah lu setuju sama pendapatnya Miranda Willahen? Atau mungkin lu setujunya sama pendapat si news anchor? Silakan komen.
I mean, the clothes that you're wearing, to some extent, owe their existence to oil because they were taken in a car or a truck or a van to a shop. You know, there are so many ways that oil impacts on your life as a protester, but you don't acknowledge that.
We're talking about crop failure by 2030. We're talking about people in this country right now in fuel poverty because of the prices of oil. And you're talking about the clothes that I'm wearing. This is so serious.
Nah, karena banyak yang mirip sama interview di film Don't Look Up yang ngasih tahu kalau bumi itu usianya nggak lama lagi sebelum dia hancur. Karena banyak dianggap mirip, akhirnya di sini jadi agak miss dikit. Jadi banyak orang yang nyimpulin kalau umur bumi itu beneran tinggal 3 tahun lagi. Kalau 3 tahun lagi kita gagal, ya udah saat itu juga manusia. Banyak yang mikirnya kayak gitu. Padahal kan enggak. Ya emang sih, kalau menurut IPCC tadi, waktu kita emang cuma tersisa 3 tahun lagi. Tahun 2025, kalau kita gagal neken angka peningkatan suhu, ya kita bakal ngalamin kondisi bumi yang makin sulit buat ditinggalin. Tapi bukan berarti buminya tuh jadi hancur. Enggak gitu. Buminya tetap ada, tapi keadaannya tuh nanti makin memprihatinkan. Makin nggak bersahabat sama manusia. Makanya ya intinya walaupun nggak sampai kiamat, walaupun nggak sampai hancur dunia, tapi ya emang kita tetap harus peduli sama isu lingkungan ini sih. Biar bumi tetap jadi tempat yang nyaman buat ditempatin, buat ditinggalin. Soalnya kan sampai sekarang setahu gue nggak ada opsi planet lain buat ditinggalin kan ya. Terakhir gue juga sempat baca postingan orang-orang yang angkat masalah ini, dan ada beberapa yang bilang kalau ilmuwan-ilmuwan yang demo ini tuh pada ditangkapin karena elit global mau nutupin masalah krisis iklim ini. Banyak yang bilang gitu. Emang beneran gitu? Oke, gue cerita dikit nih. Jadi pas riset buat video ini, gue juga sempat nanya-nanya masalah ini ke teman gue yang emang scientist. Kalau lu tahu David Chen, dia scientist Indonesia tapi sekarang kerjanya di Osaka, di Jepang. Gue nanya-nanya ke dia biar dapat insight-insight dari scientistnya sendiri lah. Nah, kalau menurut si David nih, krisis iklim ini emang udah terjadi dari tahun 90-an. Tapi sering diangkatnya baru sekarang-sekarang, sama kelompok-kelompok, sama aktivis-aktivis yang emang punya bukti saintifik. Kalau kita lihat kan di luar tuh makin kesini emang makin banyak yang demo masalah krisis iklim ini ya. Tapi yang harus diingat, tindakan yang mereka lakukan kayak demo dan sebagainya itu tuh nggak boleh merugikan pihak manapun. Nah, masalahnya, kelompok XR ini, air-air ini, tindakan mereka tuh cukup ekstrim. Kayak ngeblokir truk minyak tadi, ngelem diri di gedung, ikat diri di pintu masuk. Itu kan udah ngeganggu kepentingan umum ya. Nah, itulah alasan kenapa mereka ditangkap. Karena udah ngeganggu kepentingan umum. Jadi bukan buat nutup-nutupin. Tapi ya terserah lu sih mau percaya versi yang mana ya. Oke, sekarang ngomongin kali ini tentang Scientist Protest 2022. Ini menurut gue isunya sih udah cukup urgent ya. Walaupun nggak berarti 3 tahun lagi bumi itu langsung hancur. Enggak gitu. Kalau mau revisi kali gue udah salah, atau mau nanya, atau mau nambahin yang ada di video, bisa lu tulis di komen. Kita diskusi di situ kayak biasa. Sekali lagi, thank you nonton, jangan lupa like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
Okay, there is a video about environment that controversial this last week. But if we not save our Earth in 3 years, the Earth will be destroyed and will be damaged. So, student, I want you to do LKPD to about environment. About that video that I just that we will just watch. I will, based on the video we watched earlier, I want you to have a group discussion by discussing it on the student worksheet. So I will divide the group. Okay, the group 1, there is Jin with Jenny, and then the group 2 is Suga and Yeni. The third group is Jimin and Friska, and the last group is Alex and Rose. So your task today is to work on the worksheet that you have designed, that I have designed, and will send to me as well. There is already a procedure for it. We're going to go into the breakout room. So later, the group leader will divide the duties and role of each member. Then, if it has been divided, please each member carry out his role, whether it's to find relevant articles and videos, write answer, and etc. Then, if you have the group leader coordinates the member for discussion and concludes the result of the discussion. If we have returned to the main room to discuss with other group, is it understandable? The leader of the group, I will choose. The first group, the leader is Jin. The second group is Suga. The third group is Jimin, and the fourth group is Alex. Okay, anyone want to ask a question? Okay, Ross, please ask. Okay, so Ross asked about the presentation and discussion mechanism. Okay, yeah. So after returning the main room, one of the group will present the result of their discussion, while the other three groups will respond, reviews, add, appreciate, and evaluate the groups that will advance. And I will judge based on indicators, namely based on the result of the discussion that you complete. Cooperation, implementation of presentation, and conclusion. Is it understandable? Okay, good. Okay, so you can start now to discuss the video in your worksheet. We'll stop share now. You have 5 minutes from now. Hello, Jean. Okay. How you divide your group with the that is. Oh, so you search the article and then rows will be okay. Okay, thank you, Jin. Hi, Jimin. Is anything is right? Any problem that you see? Okay, you can ask me if you have some trouble and something that make you confused. Hello, Alex. How is going? Good? Okay. Hello. Hello, Suga. How about your group? Anything all right? Okay, good. The time still 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, everyone prepared to bake in my room, right? Because the time like 1 minute to up. Okay. Okay. Discussion time is up. Who wants to present the answer first? Suga and Yeni? Okay then. Brain memory. Very good, Yeni and Suga. That's a good point that I catch from your presentation. How about your opinion, Group 1? Brain memory. Okay. How about your opinion, Group 3? Okay, thank you. That's a good opinion too. How about the fourth group? Are you agree with opinions from group 2? Okay, thank you, group 4. That's a good opinion. So, students, you know that we live in Earth, so we must keep and save the Earth too. Don't waste the energy, and then we don't have to greedy. It's bad existence. We must be a good creator, then because Allah give everything to us with so complete and so perfect, so we must to keep that. Okay. I think the discussion time is. I think the discussion time is up, and the time is up too for this study. Before I close, I want to say thank you for your enthusiasm. And then don't forget there is a task to make a poster about campaign to protect the environment, protect the earth, and link it to a video related to scientists who say the earth will be destroyed in 2025. Then please upload the poster on Instagram with the hashtag Save Earth, and don't forget to tag me. I think that enough for today lessons. If I have some mistake, please forgive me. Before we close that, please lead the prayer, Thank you, Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.